how often do I get to do an episode on a show that's still running? Premiering on my 30th birthday, March 10th, 2023 on Disney Channel, Kiff follows a young squirrel named Kiff Chatterley, a good-natured kid who goes on wacky adventures with her best friend Barry, leading to a lot of zany antics. So I started watching this late last year because I heard it was pretty good, and I immediately fell in love with it. It has a similar feel to other wacky cartoons like Gumball, Regular Show, Adventure Time, but still has its own feel. It's cute, it's funny, the songs are great, the voice acting's great, and despite having an energetic, loud, extremely happy main character, it's almost never annoying. Except for one episode. Yep, the show's only a year old, but it does have one episode that annoyed me so much that I immediately put it on the list of things to review. And that would be the episode, You Can't Handle the Tooth. I don't know if I'm gonna get crap for this one, but all I can do is give my opinion and hope it makes sense. It begins with Kiff starting her day. We get a few mixed bag jokes, but as Kiff tries to leave to do things with Barry, her mom asks her if she brushed her tooth.
It's cool, Mama Cat. I'll just brush twice tomorrow. I'm a good kid.
And this is the premise. Kiff doesn't want to brush her tooth. I know that may not sound so bad, but most other episodes have stuff like using magic to make Barry a good swimmer, going on a road trip and being pursued by bikers, creating a library where you're encouraged to be loud, Barry getting caught in a harp that pacifies everyone into a vegetable. So we're already starting with a weak premise, but hey, there have been other episodes that seem lame on the surface that managed to do a lot with it, so let's give it a chance. So Kiff's only excuse is that she doesn't feel like it, but until she does, she can't leave.
I never knew you were this against brushing your tooth.
I'm not. I really don't feel like it this one time.
Why? It'll take like a minute. After a scrunchy face joke, she tries to convince her parents to let her go out with a song.
I got things. A list of things. It's a checklist. Of things to do.
Well, that joke crashed and died. This episode has a very awkward feel to it. Low voices, muttering, slow pace. We're only a few minutes in and it already feels longer than a regular episode. So she goes to the bathroom. She could easily just brush her teeth and get it done with, but still refuses. Then we get this.
I'll brush.
See, there's something off with the comedy in this episode. It's weird. So I guess her theory is that she says she can brush because she brushed Barry. I feel just pretending to brush and saying you did would be easier, but okay. After Mom makes a forced comment about doctor's orders, this gives Kiff the idea to get the doctor to tell her mom it's okay to skip brushing this one time.
Well, if it's no big deal, why don't you just brush your tooth?
Kiff, you're wasting my time. I was performing surgery in the other room when you called, and I think he might now be dead. Well, there is at least one funny joke here.
Kiff, as a medical doctor who makes several recommendations daily, I simply cannot recommend not brushing your tooth. Doctor, we need you!
So the doctor recommends eating an apple.
And that's where we get the expression, an apple is nature's toothbrush.
Holy shit, that's an actual thing. How did we survive this long? So she makes some suction cups to sneak in to get an apple. And hey, this is all reminding me of the episode Thirst to be First, where Kiff tried to sneak out of the house while she was sick. So not only is this premise lame, it's a rehash in the first season. So she eats an apple, but will it fool them?
It's dry!
Just soak your toothbrush, you stupid girl. Now Mom tells her that along with brushing, she needs to floss.
Floss? That's not on my list.
In the amount of time you spent not brushing your tooth, you could have done both already.
Okay, I think I know what this episode is trying to do. One of the things I like about this show is how accurately it portrays kids. I'd say along with Bluey, it's one of the best modern shows to do that. So what I guess this episode is doing is showing that part of being a kid where you start to rebel against your parents by not doing stuff they tell you to do, even when the thing they tell you to do is both necessary and would be quick and easy. And refusing is just wasting more time than if you did it to begin with. I remember doing stuff like that. Commendable. Only problem? Kiff seems a little too old for this. I know kids are always rebelling against their parents, but that specific not doing something quick and easy just because you don't want to when your parents say it is like preschool shit. I don't think the show ever specifically gave Kiff an age, but she's at least got to be like 9 or 10. So now what's her plan?
In layman's terms, a nice big ol' fake tooth.
Just brush your fucking tooth, you little brat. Surprisingly, it fools them, but it breaks, so she decides she needs to write a better song to convince them, but she's having trouble coming up with one. Realizing she can usually come up with songs while brushing her tooth, she brushes berries. Alright, I guess that was a little funny. Anyway, time for a song. Now, this show has amazing songs, right up there with MLP, Steven Universe, and Phineas and Ferb, so let's hear it.
I got things that can be done. Things
God.
that can be done. Not Harry is here for thing one. If we harness the power of the sun, we can create an invention whose only intention is giving back to the
Jesus.
swan.
Well,
The swan is stressed out, Mom.
this sounds like shit.
Face.
I have no idea if that's a joke, but I swear it not only sounds bad, it sounds louder than the regular audio. If you were trying to make an actual good song, it fails. If it's supposed to be stylistically bad, then it's not funny. Well, anyway, it works. Mom says she can go out, and based on that curtain there, I'm just gonna guess...
Which is now.
You know, if I had done all this when I was a kid, my dad would have just pulled me by the arm into the bathroom and forced that toothbrush in my mouth.
A real win for Kiff.
This episode is a perfect mix of annoying and boring. It's annoying because we have to watch Kiff defy her parents instead of just doing something super easy, which does not seem like something she would normally do. Whenever she's usually disobedient, it's about something like wanting to get to school to be the first to drink out of a water fountain, or not wanting to hurt Barry's feelings when he's drinking too much orange juice. And it's boring because we're basically stuck in this one location, repeating the same mundane plot in a show that's all about adventure and wacky hijinks. Mix that with slow pace and awkward humor, you get an episode that just feels out of place with this series. There are a few chuckle-worthy moments, and I guess it's not the most infuriating thing I've ever seen. I'm not expecting it to go down as one of the most hated episodes of all time, but it just annoyed me. But like I said, the show is great. Probably one of my favorite animated shows of the 2020 so far, so if you have a chance to watch it on Disney Plus or some other way, do. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Chirp.